Thanks for hosting. Hey yo everyone and welcome, I'm your friend Art of Mana, and let's dive into this 275th stream, episode 14 of our Campaign of Mana, our whole entire series just aimed at trying to raise awareness and money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And today we have, oh my gosh, a stream I'm so super excited for, because we are going to be playing the Atari 2600. I've got the system all set up, hooked up, set up with rigmarole everywhere. Basically, you may be interested in this. If you are a streamer, you might appreciate this. Even if you weren't, you might appreciate it, because this is somewhat ridiculous. So before we even begin, before we do anything, yes, this is all done with original hardware. I've got my Atari 2600 joystick here. I'll explain a little bit more about this particular controller in just a moment. I've got the system right here, just down here, and I've got 24 games all set aside, ready to be played at the spin of a wheel. In fact, I'll give you a quick look, and you can see what this wheel looks like. This is the list of games that we've got. So a whole bunch of them right there. We've got our TV set up right here, just off to the side, and that is all good to go. But the thing about the Atari 2600 is that it connects through what would basically be your RF or your antenna connection. And if you're wondering, how am I doing this with original hardware? Well, you look at the Scooter. Scooter is subscribed for 3 months in a row. Thank you ever so much. I appreciate that, Scooter. For some reason, we didn't have the alerts. Hold on. Now we do.
3 months and countless hours of content and entertainment. Thank you for what you do and bring to this platform, Mana.
Thank you so much.
Keep up the great work and stay strong.
Ah, Deleuze, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, thank you. And thanks so much for gifting that sub to Scooter Deleuze. Thank you so much. Real quickly, I just saw a Platinum Trophy review says, how much time a day do you spend just figuring out how to stream what you're going to stream? Too much. But yeah, so again, this is a system that does not connect well to modern displays. So what I have, what I've got is, first of all, the Atari 2600 AC adapter plugged into the wall. That's, into a power strip. And I've got the built-in cable that goes from the Atari 2600 out. Typically, what you would then have it go into is an RF switcher. Now, I should have had all these things to show you, but future Atari 2600 streams, I will. So there's a little RF switcher, and it goes between game and TV, and then it has two little prongs. You can connect them to your VHF or UHF screws on the back of your old school television. You all have that, right? Or there's also a way to then from that connect to a standard sort of your cable input. Now it's your RF antenna style connector. And there's also an adapter you can get, which I have, which goes directly from the cable from the Atari 2600 directly to that coaxial input. And then, so I'm bypassing the RF switch, which introduces a lot of interference and whatnot. But then I have that connected into a VCR. I'm not even kidding. On my desk right here, right there, I have a VCR. The thing that you play VHS cassette tapes with, like The Lion King, for example, right? I have that. I have it right there. I have my Atari 2600, they're often referred to as, it's the Woody model. It has the wood veneer on the front. You might have seen me tweet pictures about this. I have that sitting on top of a VCR. And then, so again, this is plugged into a VCR. So the VCR has a composite, there we go, out, which then, that composite out, there's video and audio, but mono. So I have a standard set of composite cables for video, running the video feed out to my Elgato Game Capture HD. And then for the audio out, I have another cable, which is an audio RCA cable to an 1/8" jack. Now, this could have been done a little bit more conveniently, but I had to do some adapter nonsense because of not having quite what I thought I had handy. I have sort of bins of cables and things like that, but I kind of just got lazy and went, yeah, I'll just MacGyver it. But I have that then with an adapter that goes from 1/4 inch, excuse me, did I say it's RCA to 1/4 inch? I have 1/4 inch then to 1/8 inch in an adapter that then runs into a, what essentially, it's essentially a small resistor that takes out any ground loop issues for audio, which is very handy because I was creating them by running all of this through various different groundings, different outlets in the room. So I take that out with the little resistor, and then that comes from an 1/8 inch jack then at the other end to a 1/4 inch. So I have like a little, cable that goes 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch. And then from that 1/4 inch, I have that plugged into my mixer. And that is how I am getting the audio today. Everyone's looking confused there in chat. So again, you probably didn't really want to know all that, but I just thought it would be a fun little story to share with you. Okay, now next up, the plan for today. We are going to be streaming a bunch of Atari 2600 games. We're going to be spinning the wheel. 24 games I've selected. These all play nicely with the standard Atari 2600 joystick. Now, you might notice that mine looks a little different than what you might be used to. Why is that? Well, because my Atari 2600, the very first time I ever played in, this is my original Atari 2600 joystick I ever played with. What happened is there's a little like leatherette cover that goes over the joystick. It just kind of sits on. It's got like a little, almost like a stick shift in a car. It's got like a little bit of a gap so it kind of moves and stuff like that. This is just the plastic that goes on the inside. But this was stored in such a way where that leather actually got destroyed. This, I should say, this is actually a system that I got from my grandfather. But again, this got destroyed, so it just got removed. And for a while, I thought this is just how these joysticks came. I thought, hey, this was so this was in his garage, and so that's just kind of sometimes you got to think about how you store these things. Unfortunately, this wasn't the case, and so this all got removed. It all got lost. But I thought this was all it was. I thought it was just this little stick. Now I wish I had one to show you what it looks like without this, but because this is my original controller, I thought it'd be fun to use this today. And actually, I have to admit something. I kind of there's a little hole. This is hollow. And I like to just put my thumb right there and kind of use it like as if this was a really big analog stick, sort of right like that. So that's how I play it. There's a little, I don't know. I have another one like this, and I have another one, or maybe two, I can't remember, that have the full leatherette. But I tend to gravitate back to these. They're just kind of what I'm comfortable with for whatever reason. But this is the Atari 2600 controller. We're going to be using this today. We're going to spin the wheel to find games. I'm going to play them for a timed amount of time. If you like the game, then we might continue it. If you want me to move on, then let me know. We'll kind of do it that way. So that's the plan. Dark Solid X says, so basically you got the thing to connect the thing, which is hooked up to the thing that relays the thing that the thing is, so that you can have the thing working. Got it. Chrono asks, what did Mana use to connect his microwave to the P32 space modulator? All right, so all that being said, I do need to swap over. I'm going to share with you a St. Jude promo as I get everything set up and ready to go. Everyone, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to let you know what I'm doing this month and why. For the first time ever as a content creator, I'm partnering with a charity,
and in choosing one to support, I wanted to be really deliberate. I couldn't be happier to be supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. If you don't know anything about this organization, they're founded on one simple truth, that all life is sacred and important. To this end, they research cures to illnesses and diseases that afflict young people, and they provide expert medical attention and care to families with children in serious medical need. They do all of this regardless of ability to pay, race, religion, or creed. They truly do save lives. If you'd like to help me support this cause, links are all down below. You can ask me any questions. You can, of course, make a financial contribution if you have the ability to do so. If not, please research into what St. Jude Children's Research Hospital does and help spread the word. There are lots of ways that you can be involved. Simply ask me in the chat. It'll be perfect. Thank you. And together, let's try and support this great organization that is saving lives.
All right, and we are back. So, we are doing all of this again for charity. This month, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, I wanted to do an Atari 2600 stream for so long, and it just seemed like this would be a really great way to do something unique, surprise all of you, share something kind of cool, hopefully, with the community. And I guess, I had recorded some alternate promos, and they were all based on these milestones of how far and how much money we raised for St. Jude's. And actually, they would quickly become, well, basically no longer relevant because we would get to the next milestone. So we have currently made an absolutely astonishing milestone, or hit an astonishing milestone of making $1,087 for St. Jude's, this whole campaign, these 14 streams. And we haven't gone a single stream without one donation, at least $1 or more, to this cause. So I'd love to challenge you today, if you have $1 that you can spend and share for St. Jude's, it's going to go to excellent use at their facilities. They're a organization I really believe in. So, okay, there we go. You were at 700 some when I left. Platinum Trophy Review says, I know, can you believe that? $1,087. I cannot believe that. So, we've got, well, let me do this. Let's begin with our, oops, I need to bring this up, with our wheel spin. Let's find out what game we are going to begin with. Everyone, drum roll please, and sorry, I just wanted to make sure that everything was good audio-wise. We didn't hear any duplication of that, right? Space Invaders! Wow! This is a great one. An excellent game to start off with. A classic. I mean, you can't go wrong with Space Invaders, so that is pretty darn awesome. Hello, Jenna! Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so my friends, a couple of things we're gonna have to do here. First of all, I'm gonna grab, actually, first of all, I'm gonna grab the game. There sort of is an arrow in the wheel. It's just really small. I could fix that, but it would, I don't know if, well, you can't see it when it's like this because it's black. But let me go ahead and grab Space Invaders. So this is the game. Let me just go ahead and show this to you really quickly. So there's the game right there, Space Invaders. We're going to go ahead and pop this in the system. Look at this. The good old classic game packs. Look at that. Classic cartridges right there. You've got this little doohickey here, which prevents any dust and whatnot. But that is your Space Invaders game. This is classic Atari 2600 right now. So let's go ahead and pop out the cartridge that I did have in here, which was, for testing purposes, Donkey Kong Jr. So we've popped this cartridge back in, and I'm gonna just do something here. It's gonna take me a second. I haven't done this before, right? Obviously, clearly. So let's go ahead and pop this on. All right, okay. We're gonna just wait for it to fully, we'll get this. There we go. Oh my goodness, look at that Space Invaders in all of its glory. Oh my goodness. Oh, and Jenna got a new book today, which is exciting. Spider-Man on the Atari 2600. Yes, indeed, Dark Solid. It does exist. Okay, so what I want to do is set a timer here. And did I do this right? It looks, the static, Gabe says. Oh, hey, this is the way this goes. I'm going for authenticity here. This is about the cleanest signal I could probably get. Well, it's the cleanest I could do right now. Did I mention that I'm not using the RF modulator, actually? I am using the adapter, which is a little cleaner, but then, running it through the VCR, you're not going to get something too amazing, right? But let me just... am I doing this right? Hold on a second. Something's not quite working. I wanted to get a timer up here. If I can't get this, we'll just omit it, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I do this. Hold on a second. I may have to go into studio mode. I'm going to just try this. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's try it. Oh, nope, that didn't work. It's not working the way I thought it would. Okay. Oh, now, no, there we go. We can do this. Oh, yes. Okay, I can get this working. Hold on a second here. Oh, you're going to hear all kinds of stuff here for a moment. Let me just get this going. Hopefully it won't be too much longer. Almost there. And just got to get the right font here because I have to redo this from what I had originally planned. Done. And I suppose we could check it by doing this. And there we go. Okay, cool. I think we've got this working here. Awesome. So let me stop this. Stop. And there we go. Okay. All right, everyone. Are you ready for this? So this is going to be 10 minutes. There we go. On the clock for this game. There we go. All right. We've got it. We've got it. We're all in good shape, everyone. Okay. So I love the wormholes going on. Here we go. The way this works, there's a button on the system. We're going to go ahead and just select it, and away we go. And we're playing Space Invaders on the Atari 2600. So one of the things that I was thinking about and reflecting on, I've got so many stories to share about the Atari 2600, but, and I'm sure I won't get to all of them today. I love sharing stories as part of streaming. I feel like this is a record of nostalgia. It's sharing sort of the times, the experiences with these games. A little bit like a time capsule, if you will. And with the Atari 2600, I've got a lot of great memories. It, as a system, sometimes gets a little bit of flack. A lot of people I've heard will dismiss it outright. I don't know why. I think that it doesn't deserve that. In fact, it's kind of silly to me that it doesn't have more of a retro game following. I mean, its prices are very inexpensive. If you want to collect for the system, it's not really hard to do that. Oh, there we go. Whew. That was close. But yeah, you can pick up a system for a decent amount, and games go for anywhere between $1 and $5. The most expensive game I've picked up in later years ran me, I think, 15 or 20, you know? Even right now, after the movie, whatever movie it was that boosted the resale value of Adventure, which typically went for about $5, and it brought it up to like $35, $40. That bubble I'm guessing, is going to burst, and we'll see it drop back down to levels that are below that. But I hope so anyways, because I actually don't have that game, and I always planned on getting it. But I was like, oh, I'll get it eventually. But it's a really cool system. It's actually, in my mind, it's where it began. Now, I know there are consoles that existed before the Atari 2600. I know that it's not the first, right? Oh dear. Uh-oh. I saw that happening. We lost. Shoot. Shoot. Yeah, you can't even see the shots. I know. Yeah. The graphic, well, it's not even just that it's tiny, it's that it's all fuzzy and everything. And yeah, no, I mean, can you see any of the shots actually? I wonder. I should probably check that. But this system to me is the one that really solidified what a home console was and brought it to the masses. I mean, it made home console gaming popular, and unfortunately it ended with the infamous video game crash, right, of the 80s. But if you think about it, this system is still loved by many, and many of the games on here, arcade classics and other unique individual games, are still popular and important today. So it's definitely not, it's definitely not deserved to be remembered as a failure. It was a huge success, and it defined there we go. Whew, we made it. You can just, you really can't see me shooting, I guess. Look at that. That's interesting. I mean, it is a little smaller on my end, but I don't know why it doesn't show up. But hey, Fizzbolt, hello, welcome to the stream. How are you doing it? How are you doing it? How are you doing? How are you doing it? Oh man, I can't talk tonight. Oh man. And Champ, Champ, welcome to the stream. I hope that you're doing well. Glad that you're not feeling as depressed. Depression is a serious thing, so please reach out if you need help. Please reach out. Don't hesitate. And Deleuze says they really nailed the quality on this virtual console. Oh yeah, that's what this is. We're playing on virtual console. So, this system, I mean, 2 controllers, removable cartridges, that contain the software. You've got, oh, Nelly. Oh. Oh, no. Mana, help, Jenna says. I don't know how. Okay, so let me just look. You really can't see my shots, huh? That's really peculiar. Because that might be an aspect of the Game Capture HD, perhaps? As I'm looking, you can't see my shots. You can see everyone else's, but you can't see mine. That's a really peculiar thing. I don't know why that is. Let's look for game select. Now we've got options here. We can make this hard. We can make this really hard. What does it go up to? Probably really high. We're at 20s. Let's see. This might be one of those things. There's a physical game select button. It's really like a little bar that you bring down. I don't know how far this goes up. I think this is levels. Oh, it looks like yeah, it looks like this is making... Oh, now they're invisible? Oh my goodness. Oh, now the Space Invaders are invisible. So this would be... would be for 2-player games. In fact, if I just hold this, it'll scroll through. So we're getting 2-player games, I think, at this point. Wow, this goes up pretty far. But if we look here... Let's go to 16, shall we? Oh my goodness. This goes really far. What is this? We've got moving challenges. Okay, let's go up to 16. Let's do 16. That should be good, right? Let's try this. They're invisible, and we've got moving blocks. Oh, moving shields. All right, this isn't good. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, this is a challenge. No. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We're already toast. We're toast. Okay. Jen has a new... What is this, like clicking a pen? Is that what it's going on? Oh my gosh. Fizzballs, thank you so much for all of your support and help there. That's absolutely... Everything you're saying, totally true. Totally true. And I hope everyone is doing well. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a really fun stream. I can already tell. Oh, I'm having so much fun. The system is awesome. But yeah, I mean, again, what I was trying to say is so many of the things we take for granted as what a console is, you know, a simple system that has all the hardware in there with software that is contained in cartridges. We've got removable controllers with, you know, essentially the same sort of hookups. I mean, even though these are older ones, you know, it's an AV out and power out, you know. I mean, there's not a lot that deviates from the norm, and even the controller is your standard fare. By the way, if you don't know, this is actually technically called, and it says so on here, it's the the Atari Video Computer System. Right, let's bring it up to... Oh shoot, let's go back to an easier level. We'll do one successful round. But this is actually technically called the Atari Video Computer System, VCS. And Atari, or the Atari of today, I guess, which is different from the Atari of yesterday, is now putting out a new Atari VCS that will run modern games as well as some Atari classics and things like that. And to be honest, there's a lot that's a little bit uncertain and maybe even a little sketchy about this. We don't actually know many details, hard and fast details about the system. So I hesitate to tell you to pre-order, but I will say I have my eye on it. And I, despite me connecting with people who have some doubts and hearing some very valid concerns, I feel like there's potential here. I think there is room for a device that is really kind of just a simple nostalgic box that maybe can do a bit more than just play, you know, the retro games. It's kind of like a plug and play that, in addition to that, you can download indie titles, and you know, maybe it'll have some kind of multimedia apps like Netflix and whatever, and that'd be kind of cool. So, oh, and there is our time. It's time. We're going to move on to the next game, unless you want to see me play more Space Invaders. So, yay in chat if you want more Space Invaders, nay in chat if you're ready to move on. We're like, this is, you know, continue? Do we put another quarter in? There we go. There we go. All right. Got our first nay. Deleuze, have an excellent stream and night. Deleuze, thank you so much for popping by, and thank you so much for that sub, and thank you so much for gifting that sub to Scooter, and just for being you, and we'll have to connect again soon. Kaylin is neighing like a horse. All right. We have one for a yay, but we've got just cast it once. We've got a couple of nays, so yes, Fizzbolts wants to see what other games are on there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to call it. All right. So there we go. That's the nays have it. The nays have it. All right, we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel. Pull this up. Brr, boop, boop, boop. And what do we have?
Thanks. That's generous.
Kaylin, thank you so much.
By the way, happy birthday, Mana.
Thank you, thank you. Pitfall 2, yay! Oh, this is actually one of my favorites. Now, it's funny, I have all of these cases for all these games behind me, lined up in a row so I can just grab them there in alphabetical order. However, I am going to put Donkey Kong Jr. away. That is what I was testing, and I feel like I should leave that out. But remind me, even if we don't get to play that, I would like to show you something about that game cartridge before the end of the stream. I've got a little something special about that game cartridge I think that you'd like to see. So, Pitfall 2. This is Pitfall 2, The Lost Caverns. Let me show you what this looks like really quickly. This is the game, Pitfall 2, The Lost Caverns. This is a sequel, of course, to the very popular Pitfall game, which was really kind of one of the first platformers. So it's a really cool thing there. Made by Activision, right? There we go. This is, as you can see, also a little bit different cartridge design than the one that we just saw in Space Invaders. So there wasn't a lot of standards. That was something that Nintendo brought forward. Nintendo standardized and actually produced all the game packs that they called them, and you had to buy through Nintendo. You had to license your games through Nintendo, and then they would do all the distribution, right? So that's how that worked. Let's go ahead and start our timer. So before that, you know, it was sort of anyone could develop it, and as long as it slotted into the system and you could play it, then you were fine. So that's how that that worked, and that's why you see so many variations here. And sorry to say, but your camera isn't in sync. It looks in sync for me. Oh, the kappa. Oh, gotcha. Why is this not turning on? Hold on. Let's take a look. This is always, I mean, old hardware. This can be a thing. Come on. We may have to reset the timer here. Let's take a look back. The card looks clean. There might be time for another cleaning here in the near future, but it does look like the contacts are in good shape. Let's just try seating that again. I'd be really sad if we can't do that. Hi says, nice layout. Thank you. Hi, and welcome. All right, let's see if, hey, there we go. All right, cool. And we are in color. There is a color and a black and white selector on the system as well, by the way. Just in case you were wondering, we could play this in either or, but anyways. Okay, so Pitfall 2, The Lost Caverns is, again, this is like an early platformer, and funny enough, you hear music when you run.
Thanks. That's generous.
Did I hear a text-to-speech voice say happy birthday? Happy birthday, where all your dreams come true, Capard.
Delta. Oh no, we got hit and we went back to the start. Oh no. So Pitfall and Pitfall 2 are actually a couple of my favorite games on the Atari. I'm very bad at them. But let's see, there's a way if I, oh shoot, okay. I do have to wait and let that bee go over me. It's a timing thing. It's been a while since I've done this. Jenna says, DK Jr. Apparently everyone is excited. Mana in order? What? You are just on time for more fun. Exactly, you are. Exactly, hi. Whoa, Nelly. Okay, all right, we got to just do this right. Oh, shoot, I'm so bad at this. Please, mana for my pup pew? I don't know what you're talking about, Jenna. What? Oh, can you sing birthday song for my... What is... Your... I don't understand. Oh, man. Jenna says, Mana, can you sing birthday song? It's my Pupfew Optimus Prime's 8th birthday. Puppy nephew. Puppy nephew? It's your puppy... You want me to sing happy birthday? I'll sing happy birthday. After this game, I'll sing happy birthday. There we go. We finally did it. And let's jump over that. Gabe doesn't remember this having so much grain. Okay, honestly, hooked up to a CRT, you barely notice this. I can get a pretty good signal hooked up to a CRT. But unfortunately, you know, when you bring this into, you know, the digital realm, you're going to get a lot of artifacting. If this is all analog, then the signal looks really pretty good. And, you know, so what you're noticing, what you're saying here is true. On a CRT television, no. And honestly, I've gotten even a clearer signal, but because of how I'm doing this, I'm getting a little bit extra grain, so... Jenna needs to film it. Okay. Analog hates digital. Exactly, Gabe. You know it. You know it. So who else remembers this game? And Gabe, what system or what... Actually, I want to know a couple of questions. First of all, who remembers and actually played the Atari 2600? Second of all... Oh, that darn bat. Second of all, thankfully we got a checkpoint. That's what the little red crosses are. What was your first video game console? I'd like to know. Hey, Champ, that's great. Champ has a key to the house now. Yes, Champ has been found responsible enough. There we go. Now we can go down the correct way like this. This will be better. All right. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And get all the gold. Now, I've never beaten this game. Oh, there we go. Okay. No! Chrono's first system was the Commodore 64. That's exciting. Wow, I did not expect to hear that one. But I suppose, yeah, that was a very common system in the UK. Platinum Trophy Reviews first was the PS1, which is totally fitting that our Sony fan would have begun with Sony. Gabe says, I wasn't born when it came out, but I remember my uncle owning one and bringing it over for us to play. My first game was Pac-Man. Nice. Let's see. So Gabe's first system was a 2600. Champ's was a Genesis. Ooh. Oh, I done goofed. Oh, Mana. Okay, let's try and slowly make our way over. Let's land. Nope, we're gonna go in the water. Okay. Yup. All right. Okay. Fizzbolt's first was the Atari 2600. Kaylin says, my first console was the SNES. I loved it. I never played an Atari, though. Oh, the SNES is so good. So good, so good. And, let's see. Oh, Chrono's not in the UK. There was a game that had the Twilight Zone theme song. Really? I don't know. I think the Commodore 64 was more common in the UK. I think there were more, or at least in Europe and whatnot, I think there were more home personal computers as opposed to home consoles. The market there just developed differently. So Gabe says, oof, my uncle owns a lot of old computers and consoles. Well, that's probably... That makes more sense then. Oh no, I've swum all this way. For naught. I forgot where things were. Shucks. Yeah, I don't think I can go over here. Nope. Alright. Okay, well that's too bad. Yeah, no, I mean, I actually think I've mentioned this before. My first system really was the Nintendo Entertainment System. The first game I ever played was Super Mario Brothers.
Whoa, thank you. How generous.
You need a new campaign goal.
What? Deleuze, thank you so much. And that means that we have a song just for you that you can go ahead and suggest whatever song you would like. Just let me know, whatever topic you want. And thank you so much for those 725 bits, Deleuze. That is so kind of you. Oh my gosh. And holy moly, what? I wasn't paying attention, but you weren't kidding. We are now, wow. We are now at a ridiculous $1,118 thanks to Sucked Into a Wormhole, otherwise probably known as Chrono, who made a $10 donation. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm in another world because of another seemingly random wormhole, but I left this for you. And Deleuze making a $21 donation. Might as well round my contribution to 100 for the children. Deleuze, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Can we get some hype in the chat for our friends who've made those contributions? Unfortunately, the alerts are not quite working. I've looked into it. I can't seem to figure out why. But Jenna wants me to say the Pup Fuse name. I don't know what to say. Champ says, fun fact, my mom is older than the internet. I mean, fun fact, I am as well, right? I think. Pretty sure. But I will also have to sing a song for Deleuze in whatever topic, shoot, they want. Oh, this is going bad. With 30 seconds left, I'm doing pretty poorly on Pitfall 2. But you get the idea, right? You're trying to avoid all of these obstacles and get to, find treasure. I'm doing really poorly. So there we go. Optimus is the name. Okay, yes, Deleuze, a song I say. A song I say indeed. Okay, let me get ready for that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this off. Pitfall 2. I didn't ask, yay or nay, if you wanted to continue that game, but we'll move on, I think. All right, so, let's just get that in tune here. All right. So, here we go. This one first is going to be for Jenna. Little happy birthday for Optimus. Okay, ready? Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Optimus, happy birthday to you, happy birthday Pup Few, happy birthday Pup Few, happy birthday Pup Few, Optimus, happy birthday to you. There we go. Deleuze says, if possible, may I defer the song to Ginny at her next appearance? Well, why not? There we go. We'll do it. Deleuze defers to Ginny. Deleuze defers to Ginny. Deleuze defers to Ginny. Deleuze defers to Ginny. There we go. All right. Thank you ever so much. I really appreciate that. Genesis, perfect. Pupfect. I loved it. Chrono can't remember now, or can't be sure what the first console was. It was too long ago. Caitlin remembers playing the game that I was just playing on the computer. Actually, it was also in Pitfall for the SNES and Genesis. You could find the original Pitfall, not Pitfall 2, but the original Pitfall in there. Anyways, we are going to go on to the next wheel spin. Wheel spin, oh yeah, wheel spin. Friends for life through thick and thin with another wheel spin. Okay. Oh, I thought it was going to be something different. I'll take Raiders of the Lost Ark. I love River Raid, though. I'm a little sad. You know, I'm going to be honest here. This is a game that has always confused me. So, I already took it out here, but let me show it to you so that you can all see what this looks like. So this is the box, right? Raiders of the Lost Ark. Of course, this is Indiana Jones, and a nice, actually very nice condition this game is in. Look at that right there. Good clear label, clean, all that good stuff there. Let's pop this in. Yep. And I love when they have that little protector there for the cartridge. Let's pop that in, nice and snug. And this isn't going to get old or anything. What? Okay, what am I? Is there stuff? What do I? How do I? What? Okay, hold on. Is there? Do I? No. Okay. Game select. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. I can't. No button is doing anything right now. I'm very Fuzzy Games, thank you so much for that host. We're just hearing a very, very short loop of sort of the Indiana Jones melody. Game select. Maybe, because there are also buttons here for the difficulty. Now, do I have it? Oh, I have it on, okay, good. I have it on Novice. That's not going to make a difference. Game select is not doing anything. Have I tried up, left, down, forward, oink, moo? That's great. It's a patience game. All you have to do is wait. Yeah. Oh, this is a great game. I haven't put the timer on, I've noticed. Have you noticed that? Okay. But no. If we just go, dude. No. New donation by Champion Playa. Oh my goodness. My friends, I don't know why I included this one, because I don't know how it works. And Delta, welcome to the stream. Gabe says best game. Does anyone know how this works? Delta says, I forgot the 3 quacks. Yeah, I forgot the 3 quacks. That's what it was. I think I am a quack. I don't know how this game works. This music is getting to me. Does anyone know how to beat this? Evil Guy, oof, welcome. And yes, we have Evil Guy, $20 donation, on our way to 2,000, Evil Guy says. And Champ says,
Someone was in the pod.
What?
The tracks go off in this direction. Look, sir, followers.
Thank you so much, Raiders of the Standing Ark. We have also a new follower. I want to say, Champion Player, thank you for the $5 donation. Here's a donation, love from the Champ family. To all of the Champ family, thank you so much for that generous donation. Can we please get some hearts in the chat for all of the people who have generously donated today? And that is really meaningful, Champ. That was from your family. That was really cool. Thank you. Thanks so much for doing that. And thank you, Champion family. You are all champions. Oh boy, my friends. One Up John, thank you so much for following. And yeah, have I tried blowing on the cartridge? Right? Okay, we're gonna. You're asking us, Platinum Trophy Review says. I'm just gonna put that away. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Just, great game, everyone. Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's a great one. Platinum Trophy Review is going to bed. Thank you so much for stopping by, PTR. Always a pleasure. I'm looking forward to the next Spyro stream, and hopefully you'll be able to make it because it's always fun when you're here for those. And let's go ahead and roll another wheel. Maybe one of these days we'll save that for another time. I remember always being confused by it. Oh, yay! I love Midnight Magic. I really do. This is by far, I would say if I were to choose one game that I could go to again and again on the Atari 2600, this is up there. This may be my number one favorite, or it's tied with a couple. There are like 2 or 3 games that I really love going back to, but Midnight Magic, this is one of my favorites. Look at that, just classic, very classy. Look at that right there. There we go. Midnight Magic, everyone. This one, oh yeah, this. Anyone want to take a guess as to what this is? Anyone know? Anyone figure it out? Oh my gosh, my arm is doing weird glitchy things. Sorry. Oh, I forgot you could do this with the paddles. I'm going to be playing it with the controller, but you can use the paddles, I think. Pretty sure. Anyway, yeah, so Midnight Magic, Atari 2600 VCS. Boom, here we go. There you are, everyone. You probably got a little glimpse there. It is, in fact, a pinball game. It's magic. Midnight Magic, High says. Did I win? Champ says, all right, man, I'm going to head to bed. Mom wants to watch American Idol, and I'm hogging the TV. Well, good night. Thank you so much again for that donation, Champ family, and I hope you enjoy American Idol. I hear that the new season, they brought it back, and it's pretty fun. American Idol, that's a fun one. So enjoy. Have a great night, and I'll catch you all another time. All right. My monitor is saying that I'm out of range. Hold on. What's going on here? How am I out of range? What does that mean? Why do I have an out of range error? How? I don't know what that means. Hi's gonna get some ZD. That sounds good. What does out of range mean? It's here. It's right. This is the system. You know, this doesn't have a long lead, so it means you need to get closer. How about now? Is it better now? Gabe says out of range means you're out of range. Well, okay. Out of range? What? It wants to FaceTime with me? I mean, I could try doing it. Oh, that would be hard. I mean, if I were to... Mask! Hello, and thank you for that host.
Thanks so much for hosting.
Well, so Mask, welcome to the stream. Everyone, we could try this with delay. It wants a hug, Gabe says. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm working with delay. Oh no. I'm actually right now, I can see it on the, oh boy. Okay, we're gonna just smash this button and see. I love this game. I want to play it properly. No, it still says out of range. Let's try powering it down one more time. I could also attempt, still says out of range. That is bizarre. Okay, everyone, hold on a second. Hold on, we're gonna get this sorted. I wonder if something became unplugged. there are lots of things that can be plugged in and unplugged. That's plugged in there. And then over here, that's plugged in. And that's plugged in. And maybe if we reset the power to the VCR. All right. I mean,
Whoa, thank you. How generous.
Tug it, no, come out.
I feel like this is one of those things. I mean, I knew going into this was going to be fraught with peril because switching tons of games on an Atari 2600, what are you going to do? Let me just check and make sure that see if maybe it's game specific. I can't imagine that it would be, but let's try it. And what is this? Even Zangief is impressed? What is going on? Mask, how are you tonight? What is up? What is new? All right, let's go back to... Actually, yeah, let's go back to this screen. And let's see what happens if I turn this on. Hey! Okay, so we get a game. We're not going to show that game. Not yet, anyways. But that works. So it may be this specific game for some reason, which is odd. And very disappointing because it's actually...
Thanks so much for hosting.
What I'd love to show. Oh, thank you so much for that host. To whomever hosted. Who was that? Retro Addicts, hello and welcome to the stream. My goodness, we are being hosted up to 7 viewers by Retro Addicts. It says out of range. I don't know why. We'll play it off of here for a little bit. Let's go ahead and get that timer counting down. We're going to just have fun with it anyways. We'll make it work. But thank you ever so much, Retro Addicts. That is so kind of you. And to anyone who's coming in from that host or who is popping in right now, welcome. I'm Art of Mana. You can call me Mana. And I do love Nintendo games. I love playing retro games on original hardware. This is an actual Atari 2600 that I'm playing right now. And I love playing indie games as well. We are trying a thing where basically I've got about 24 games. I'm spinning a wheel. We're finding one to play for about 10 minutes. And if people want, I can go further. But that's where we're at anyways. Mask is doing well, just snacking. And Evil Guy says, how's everyone doing? Or today or tonight, I should say. I'm doing really well. Great to hear it, Evil Guy. Thank you so much for being you. And Rather Ripe says, hey, Atari Pinball. That's right. That is right, Rather Ripe. Welcome to the stream. This is actually a game called Midnight Magic. And we're going to go ahead and play it even though I can't really play it because of the delay. For some reason, this game does not want to output. And I did a weird thing. I will admit, I'm actually playing this through the HDMI pass-through on my monitor. I thought I brought all this upstairs. I thought I just want to do that. I don't want to get the CRT on here because the Atari 2600 and the VCR take up so much space. So I cut corners, and that's probably why I'm suffering now. But in the future, I'll have hopefully a CRT set up for this purpose. Well, I will have a CRT set up for this purpose, so it won't be an issue. And I'm just actually pushing down on the joystick in order to constantly flip all of the flippers. And hey, look, I mean, the ball's still in play, so that's a good thing. I'll keep that. I'm just going to keep going. The objective here is to get all of the... what is the name in pinball of those little targets? I guess maybe it's just targets up at the top. But you're trying to get all of those. Oh, oops, that didn't work so well. And if you get all of them, then you go to the next level. There's a palette swap and all kinds of good stuff there. So it's kind of cool. Oh, boy. Rather Rather says, so how are you connecting your Atari to your TV again? Actually, this looks kind of creepy, Evil says. It's not creepy, it's really cool. I like this game. Rather, I had a real fun story just sharing how this was hooked up. Boy, oh boy, I've got the Atari 2600 connected to... So I'll give you the quick version, but the quick version is I've got the Atari 2600 hooked up to a VCR that is then outputting to RCA or composite to the Elgato Game Capture HD. Then the Elgato Game Capture HD has an HDMI pass-through, and that is actually going to the monitor that I use. So it's not actually hooked up to a TV, which is part of the problem. That is, if I had it hooked up to a TV, I wouldn't have had this issue. But there we go. Not bad. Seeing as that was very difficult to play, I'll count that as a full round. That was a pretty decent score. But yes, Rather you had this game back in the day. Oh, cool. And Retro Addict says, my pleasure. Nice to meet you. Saw you play Retro and thought we could hang with you. Please, please, absolutely, Retro Addict. So what do you play? Are you a solo streamer? Or is this a group that you have a shared account, Retro Addicts? Because the name maybe suggests that it would be a group thing. But I'd love to know more. I haven't come across your streams before. And yes, I do play a lot of retro. Of course, I'm playing the Atari 2600 now, which is really cool. Chrono's heading to bed. Good night, Chrono. Thank you so much. Gabe is also heading to bed. Thank you so much. And Ratherripe says, and because you're going through the Elgato, that's why you're dealing with the delay. That's exactly right, Ratherripe. You got it. You got it. So let's go ahead and pop over here. We're going to spin the wheel again. I'm going to power off Midnight Magic. So you can kind of just see the little arrow there in the corner. Chopper Command. Okay, this is one that that is fun. All right. Chopper Command. Now, okay. So, this one right there, hopefully doesn't have the same issue as we had before. That'd be nice, right? Ratherripe says, what model of Elgato do you have? Oh, it's the lag. It's, I don't know. I'm not sure what, I don't know. Don't worry about it. We'll go on. Maybe I'll figure out a way to play it again in the future. We'll come back to that game in a future stream. But here's my really beat up, look at that beat up copy of Chopper Command. I got a lot of my Atari 2600 games for $1 or $2, or actually usually less than $1, like 25 cents, at just a little antique store. And, you know, a lot of times they were somewhat damaged. This one's probably got a little bit of dampness or whatever. It kind of just caused that.
Whoa, thank you. How generous.
Well, I am off to bed in 2 dirty seconds. Night, Mana.
Good night, Kaylin, and welcome. Or thank you so much for those bits. All right, my friends. I'm still very interested in Retro Addicts. I want to know more about what you do. All right, let's see. Is this going to work? Please, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Hey, it works. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So, this is Chopper Command, and we're going to set that, or reset that timer, actually. So there we go. And game reset. Here we go. So this is a little like Defender, if you've ever played Defender, right? I mean, it's a looping map, or a looping sort of arena, and you go up and down, left and right, and apparently you're a helicopter that shoots lasers. So, in case you're wondering. Oh, I went too fast. And I went right into danger. Okay, so if you hold down left or right, you're going to pick up speed at a pretty brisk pace. There is like a little bit of a radar on the bottom, so you can kind of see, oh, there's danger there. Oh, like here's those. Oh, little. Oh boy. Okay, there. Oh, I got hit. I did poorly. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay. So I like this one. This is pretty fun. Little challenging here. What games for the Atari 2600 do you remember playing, or what games? If you are new and you're just arriving, a question I asked was, what is your first video game console, and what are some of the games you enjoy? Oh boy, oh boy. What was your first game? What is also your first experience with Atari? Have you played this before? Have you actually had a chance to hold an Atari 2600 controller in your hands, or is this all new? Oh, there we go. Whew. Okay. Oh no! Shoot, I'm really bad at this. Fizzbolt says, I used to play Hall of the Mountain King and Asteroids. Now, I have Asteroids. I don't yet have Hall of the Mountain King. I would like to pick it up. And I just realized, I think all of these... Oh! I think all of these... trucks are actually my allies. I think I meant to protect them somehow. Not really that knowledgeable about this game. Hey, but we did a thing. Cool. All right. I think that was how many... Oh, shoot. How many trucks were still left. I think that's what that was. All right. There we go. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh. There we go. Hey, I'm getting better. Ho! Okay. Getting nervous. Oh, man. Oh, no! We won. Okay. That's cool. Shoot. Game over. 6,300 was our score. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see if we can beat that. All right. Okay. And maybe... Oh. Just looking at the time, you know, we've got a lot of games to go through. Retro Addicts.
You are among friends. Thank you for following Art of Mana.
Retro Addicts, thank you ever so much for joining the Friends of Mana. Welcome. Oh. Again, yeah, I would love to know if you are a solo streamer or if you're a group. I definitely want to check out your content because it sounds like you have a passion for retro gaming. I think that's really cool. And there's some cool stuff in the retro gaming scene here on Twitch, so that's awesome. Oh, man. Oh, shoot. Yeah, please, feel free to share a little bit about your channel, about what you play. I'd like to take a... Oh, no problem. You don't have to, you know what, don't worry about it. If you want to just lurk or hang out, whatever the case may be, that's totally fine. And I'll definitely pull you up in a tab here, actually, as soon as I get a game over, which is impending, because I would like to... Oh, there we go. I would like to check out your content. So let's take a look. New tab. And very nice. Let's see here. Oh, I like your info panels. Very nice. Cool. Looks pretty good. Okay, apparently, yeah. So there are some shows based on location. So lots of cool stuff here. I'm definitely going to have to take a look and find out more about you and check out some of your streams and whatnot, because this will be really neat. So very cool. Oh, and it looks like you've got a... Oh, wow, a whole plethora of retro games I'm seeing being played here. So again, I don't know if this is just, you know, if you're one person or many, but boy, this is looking pretty... Actually, it looks like many. I'm seeing a whole lot of people here. Yeah, very cool. So you're a retro games group. I love it. I'm excited. I'm going to check it out. Very cool indeed. All right. You stream on Monday. Okay. All right. Neat. Neat. And thank you. I appreciate that. I do all of the work, like this TV here or over here. 100% done by me. I do for all of my handheld games. I like to play or create overlays that are 100% done by me. I guess, well, 99%. I do use a vector of the logo of the system, but everything else is done by me, and I make those all by hand, like this TV. And yeah, and I do all that work because to me, I love showcasing games and the history of games, and I keep in mind what would be sort of around that time historically accurate, so to speak. Yeah, I love the Atari, and this is the first time I've actually streamed it, but I've got a pretty decent collection of games. I chose 24 to highlight this go-round, but I want to do more of this, but it just so happened that I was wanting to do something special because I'm raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital this month, and I felt like, you know what, it's time. Let's do it. Let's actually play this system. And it took a little bit of getting going, but this TV is actually meant to look like one that my grandpa had. And it was designed with playing Atari 2600 in mind, you know? The old dial knobs on the TVs, that's what you had to do. That's what you had to play. But no, I don't think Atari 2600 gets enough love. It's actually a really cool system. And honestly, probably if it weren't for the fact that we had the video game Crash, it would probably be remembered a lot more fondly. And I think everyone who grew up or who played it a lot back in the day thinks of it fondly, but not with the same level of nostalgia as, say, Nintendo. I think that's partly because Nintendo grew and grew, and people kind of grew up with it and always thought of it being there and being a cool thing, whereas Atari eventually sort of died out, right? Next Shredder! What's with the TV snow effect? I am playing this on original hardware. This is not emulated or anything like that. This isn't an Atari flashback. This is actually an Atari 2600 hooked up through an Elgato Game Capture HD. But in order to do that, I needed to connect via a VCR so that I could convert the RCA signal, or convert the RF signal to RCA. And there you go. Retro Addict says get out. No, this is, I mean, this is legit. I'm playing this on on an Atari 2600 with the, with the VCR here on my desk. I do all my retro stuff on either original hardware or officially licensed hardware if it's a very rare and expensive game or one that's hard to come by. So I've done like some streams using, for example, the Nintendo or the SNES or the NES Classic Edition for a couple of games that are rather expensive and that I don't have. But when possible, if I have a copy of it or if it's inexpensive to pick up a copy of it, I go ahead and do it on original hardware. So yeah, no filter. This is legit. This is the system. Retro Addicts. Oh, that's so cool. I'm glad that I could surprise and delight. I mean, it's kind of cool. Like, to me, this is the history, right? You're seeing, surely I could have done certain things to improve the quality, I think, but then again, the quality is, I think it's kind of neat. You own the Atari collection on Steam. Nice. Okay. Oh, well, this is our last life, and we're out of time. So let's see if we... Oh, next level. Nice. Let's see how far we can get on this one last life before we switch games. And you'll see I'll actually show the game cartridges before I play them. No, and that's a good idea. You could absolutely do that to play the collection on Steam. You're going to get a far better picture. I think that's actually our highest score for that game, so that's pretty cool. But here, I'll just turn this off and show you. Yeah, this is... Look at this. Oops, upside down. This is my copy right there of Chopper Command. Right there. There's the box. So Next Shredder, excuse me, says that makes it like super real retro. That's what I try. I do try to do that. So we're actually doing something cool. I think it's cool anyway. We are spinning a wheel to choose our 24 games. I've got the 24 games off behind me here, and should be pretty cool. Oh, nope. I should have had it where it removes the... You know what? Actually, let me do something here. You know what? Nah, I'm too lazy. I was gonna try and fix this so it would remove the game once it was chosen, but we'll just respin. What game are we going to get? Oh, that was so close. That was so close. But I'm actually thrilled that this is the game that got chosen because, as I mentioned before, I've got a little story behind this. Okay, I've got a little story. So here it is. This is the, this is Donkey Kong Jr. for the Atari 2600. And this is the, oh gosh, what is it? I'm trying to remember what. There were two versions. This is the Coleco version. Yeah, that's what I thought. So this is the Coleco version. They released it. And, anyways, E.T. so close, Retro Addict says. I know, that was really close. So first of all, here we go. First of all, that's the label there, right? But second of all, as I mentioned, I would get a lot of these games at pawn shops. Or not pawn shops, but antique shops, or, basically secondhand, right? And this was actually one of the very first games I picked up for the Atari 2600. And you'll see the label damage and the creative solution that that my mom and I came up with to fix the label. There we go. So that's how I fixed the label right there. We took I think a VHS label and we just put it down there, and then that is actually I think, with the exception of maybe I put the lines there, I actually asked my mom to write that. I liked the font that she used. I kind of intentionally asked her to use that. It was kind of fun. Yeah, this is not a vintage game cartridge, but I'll tell you what, I would hang on to this forever. It'd be nice to add a nice minty fresh copy to the collection, but I almost did. I saw one once this at the last retro convention I went to, but I didn't have the funds to do it because I picked up a copy of The Adventures of Batman and Robin, which was like my one little splurge. But I love that. My mom, humored me. She took the time to add that to the label. I think that was so cool. So this is very meaningful for me. I love this copy of the game. And this is actually, as I mentioned, I loved Midnight Magic. This is probably tied with that as my favorite Atari 2600 game. I absolutely love it. It's really cool. Very fun to play. It's actually more fun than the arcade, in my opinion. So here we go. Let's fire it up. Again, we've got our controller here. I mentioned at the start of the stream, this is my original controller as well, and all the leatherette got eaten away. But I actually prefer, I still go back to this one because I like the feel now. I kind of put my finger on the top here. It fits real nicely, and I'm just used to it. And even though I have ones that are fixed, I like this. So. And Mulkill Ironspire says, whenever I think of Donkey Kong Jr., I think the game that my friend has for the NES, Donkey Kong Jr. Math. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That is a thing. But welcome to the stream, by the way, Ironspire. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I actually prefer this, again, like I said, than to play on the arcade. I actually prefer this. All right, let's get that counting down here. So just like in the arcade, if you go up, you want to take the single, you want to take the double vines. If you're going down, you want to take the single. Of course, here we only have the one option. Well, this is fun. Okay. Let's see if we can make it. Yay! All right, cool. There we go. And then up, we're going to go up there. So I think this plays a little faster. Oh, no. That was a bad move. I think this plays a little bit faster than the arcade, which is part of why I like this and prefer this. Obviously, graphically, it's not as impressive as the arcade. But, you know, having played the arcade versions in arcades, my favorite arcade Donkey Kong... Oh, boy. I'm doing really poorly now. I'm actually pretty good at this. My favorite arcade Donkey Kong... Oh my gosh, I'm doing so bad. I can't even get past the first level. What? Reset. That was bad. My favorite is Donkey Kong 3. I actually really like that game. It's really cool. But if I could choose one Donkey Kong to play over and over again, it might actually be this. I don't know why, I just really enjoy it. And hello, how's it going, Retro Edition? Retro Edition says DK Junior Math is pricey, the most expensive in the NES series. That I did not know. So there are only 3, I think, levels in this one, if I remember correctly. We've got our standard first level, and then now we're doing our keys to the top. And then we'll have one more after this. And then it just cycles through and gets faster and faster, and you get more and more of your score. But I think this plays a little bit more forgivingly than the arcade as well. That's another added bonus. Hopefully you can see all the little things climbing down. That's right. And yeah, Retro Edition, how's it going, man? So good to see you. We are going really old school here. I was actually just talking about the convention where we met. Talking about... Whoa, that was close. Let's do a jump right here. Haha. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now we're doing it. Let's get over here. Haha, huzzah. Okay. Huzzah! Yes. Oh, man, we're cruising. We're cruising. But I was talking about how I actually saw a copy of this game. I wanted to pick up a copy with a better label, and I just didn't have the cash because, well, as you know, I had my one purchase. My budget was pretty tight this year because the the Wii Virtual Console, for those of you who don't know, the Wii Virtual Console closed, and I actually purchased... right before it closed, a decent... No! No. I purchased a decent amount of games that were just, I thought, too expensive for me to likely pick them up in the wild. You know, if I ever managed to, it'd be great, but, you know, the reality is I probably wouldn't. So I picked those up on the Virtual Console for the Wii. And, oh no, I wasn't up high enough, shoot. Darn. I make no claims as to being good at this game. I thought I was decent, but, oh well. But yeah, I did that right before going to the convention, and that was all of the money, you know, I only have so much money, I budget for games and stuff like that, and basically that was what I had been saving up for the convention. So this year, there was only one exception, and Retro Edition knows this. Retro Edition knows very well. If I found The Adventures of Batman and Robin, then I would get that. That was something Ms. Man and I discussed, because it had been years that I'd been looking for that out in the wild. And I was so happy to actually find it. And by the way, Retro Edition, I gotta thank you again for your generous gift to Baby Mana, because Retro Edition actually gave a Mario plushie to Baby Mana, and she just loves it. She still holds on to it. She still sleeps with it, brings it with her everywhere. She looks and she goes, you know, Mario, and basically you've helped get her into the proper first mascot for video gaming. Thank you so much for that. So it's really cool. She always will talk about Mario's hat. If she sees Mario somewhere in pop culture, she'll recognize Mario. It's really cool. She now knows, from me actually playing a little of the original Super Mario Brothers, who Mario is. So it's really cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you again. That was awesome. Well, I want you to know it absolutely just it's one of her favorite things. Made her day. Made her months. Hey, look at that. We're cruising on here. Doing pretty good. We got some good lives. Oh, okay. I could repeat this all day. I love it. Oops. But yeah, again, for anyone who's just tuning in, this is absolutely original hardware. I'm playing this through a VCR connected to my Elgato Game Capture HD. Am I going to Seattle Retro Gaming Expo? I don't know yet. I'm going to try. Actually, I've never gone to the Seattle one. I've gone to the Portland one. And that one I was thinking about going to. I think it was that one. I'm pretty sure it's the Portland one, unless it's the Seattle one. John Hancock is going to have his museum display. Oh my gosh, that was lucky. At one of them, either Seattle or Portland. And so I was looking at one of those, to attend. And we're going to have to see. I'm also saving up for a Philips CDI. So I'm not sure that I'm going to spend much because that's the next big thing. We had Batman. Now I'm looking for I'm looking for a Philips CDI because I'm going to be streaming every single Zelda game, including the Philips CDI games. And so I'm saving up to purchase that. Uh-oh. I think this might be the end of the road here. Uh-oh. Come on. Stay alive, Mana. Stay alive. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. Darn. Okay, so Ironspire says, funny that you mentioned DK Junior Math being pricey. The most expensive game in my collection is the DK64 kiosk demo. Really? Wow, that is lucky of you. Ironspire says, I was working at a Walmart at the time in the electronics department, and I convinced my boss to sell me the demo for $5 after it was rotated out. That is really cool. That is really awesome. Oh, Retro Edition, you'll be vending. Excellent. At the Seattle one. Cool. Well, I'm going to have to see. It may be that I will go to that one. If I can, I'd like to go to both, but I don't know if that'll happen. Let's go to Game Select. Let's just go up. Actually, let's find what the... Oh, there we go. It was 2... Oh, no, we don't want... We want... Okay, 8. Let's go to level 8 and see how hard this is. Oh, not 1 player and 8. Yeah, I'm going to definitely try and see if I can get to both. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, so we're going for the hard difficulty. Oh my gosh. Things are moving fast. Look at that fluid animation there. Oh no! Fatal mistake. I always wanted to get those cool those cool demo kiosks. Some of my favorites are the, at least for nostalgia, the N64 one, the Game Boy one that actually has the screen for the Game Boy, and the Virtual Boy. Those 3, if I could have any one of them, I probably would want the Game Boy one, but those 3 are definitely nostalgic for me. Speaking of the Virtual Boy, because we have raised so much money for St. Jude, I'm actually doing a very special Virtual Boy stream, again, on original hardware, and that'll be coming soon. I don't yet have a date confirmed, but yes, a Virtual Boy stream has been confirmed because we crushed the goal. We've raised over $1,000 for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Oh no. We have one life to live. Oh boy. Okay. Oh! That's it. That's it. That's it. So yes, Virtual Boy coming soon. All right. Let's do that. And we're going to go here and see what we come up with next. Oh, I am loving this stream, by the way. This is just making my day. I love it. Oh, we already played that one. Let's roll it again. I intended to have this remove games that I've already had chosen, but I messed that up. So, oops. Donkey Kong, all right. That's fitting. That's fitting. I'll take it. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to show this off now. Right there, there's Donkey Kong. This is the, oh, I just realized it's got some nice green there, so it's not playing well with the green screen. But this is Donkey Kong, and this is, again, Coleco. So this is the Coleco cartridge right there, as you can see. And this one, I gotta be honest, I haven't played this one for a while, so I don't fully remember all the details, but let's see here how it goes. Rather Ripe says, I don't know why you would put E.T. on the spinner. Do you want to torture yourself that much? Actually, it's funny. You know, E.T. for the Atari 2600 is not really a bad game. It's really not. It gets a lot of a heat, you know, obviously, and is credited for the crash, but really the video game crash came about because there just weren't standards. There were so many games being produced, and so many ET cartridges were produced right around that time, and they were selling it on the brand. It was a rushed product, but it's not actually a bad game. It's not a great game, but I've definitely played worse. All right, look at this. Now I remember. This is the game where Pauline looks a bit like a lemming. So, cool. This is Lemming Pauline with Mario. Come on, go up the ladder. You can do it, Mario. Oh my goodness, this is funny. Shall we get the hammer? There we go. Everyone knows classic Donkey Kong, right? And basically this is it. I believe you have 2 stages in the Atari 2600 version. Uh-oh. Oh, that was close. Okay. Over we go and up. There we go. Evil guy goes, save Pauline from the angry red stick men. That's right. Oh yeah, okay, actually, here we go. Yep, so we've got to take the little screws out, or the bolts. Oh, so close. E.T. was absolutely awful to 6-year-old me. While I had it in television, I had a friend that had an Atari 2600, and I remember him watching him play that game. Oh my gosh. That is so funny, Ironspire. I mean, yeah, again, not the best game, but I don't necessarily think it's the worst game. Okay. Ah, shoot. No, I'm doing really badly here. Have I heard about the possible Jumpman prototype plush? No. What is this? Oh, shoot. No, game over. I'm so bad at this. Oh, you know what I also didn't do? And let's put it down to 8 minutes and start our timer. No, tell me more about that. I would love to know more, Retro Edition. And Ironspire says, no, it's not the worst game. There's many games that have come out since then that are even worse. That is true. Yeah, and really, in terms of games like being good or bad, let's say there's maybe 2 kind of ways the game could be bad. Like, it could be bad in execution, and it can be bad in design. And E.T. probably is more so bad in execution, and I find that to be more forgivable than in design. Like, there are some games that are actually really popular that I think are bad games by design. And yet people play them, you know, like they're ridiculously popular. Which then again might mean that it's not necessarily a bad game. I mean, it's interesting. There's layers here, nuances. Ooh, topic for a podcast. Blaster Master, hello. There are games before that are worse as well. That's true. That's true. Retro Edition says, check out RGT85's video on it. RGT85. I think I've actually seen them before, but I'm not sure that I've actually followed them. I don't know if I know them that well. Okay, come on, stay alive. Let's just ignore the hammer this time around and try and get to Pauline. Oh, that was close. Okay. Whew. So Blaster Master, yes, Blaster Master 0 is a great game, Evo Guy. And Blaster Master 31, welcome to the stream. Love the name. Ratherripe says, you know, when I was a kid, I had an Atari 2600 that I picked up at this welfare place that my mom went to get food and clothes and toys for us and things. One of the things I remembered the most about it was the fact that all the games I owned were in these 8-track tape holders from the 70s. They fit the Atari games perfectly. Oh, that's awesome. I know what you mean too. That was like a popular way to hold the games. I totally know what you're talking about. Yeah, any other... Oh, shoot, this level. Any other little memories you may have, please do share. I'd love to know. The question on the table from before was, what was your first video game console? And what did you ever have, or what was your earliest memory of the Atari 2600? Shoot. Retro Edition has to bounce, no problem. Hope you bounce safely. Have a great evening. Always great to hang out with you, Retro Edition. And let's chat soon. Still have to do that coffee. And hammer time. Okay. ET was pretty much terrible in both execution and design. I feel sorry for the dev that had to rush it out. Yes, 5 weeks to design and develop it. That is a rushed time frame, absolutely. But I think the design, like, okay, so maybe I'm thinking more design concept, right? Like, the design concept is cool. Like, I think in a time when games were even way more simpler than E.T., it had a lot going for it. It was overly ambitious, and as you already mentioned, it was rushed. Trying to get a game out for the holiday season, never a good idea. That's another reason I think Nintendo has always taken the approach of, you know, make it right, even if it's not on time. And sometimes that's annoying, but I've always respected Nintendo for that. I think that's a good policy, you know? Do it right. Don't just sort of put out a rushed product and call it good. But, you know, that's my thought on it anyway. Oh my gosh, this is a great stream, by the way. I am so loving this. Oh, I hate this. This is the worst stream. No. So we'll definitely have to revisit the Atari 2600. I'm not getting through all 24 games for sure. So, this is my last life. I'll read, we've got a couple of longer comments here, so I'll definitely read those in just a moment. And again, as a reminder, I am streaming this month to raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. If you would like to make a contribution, you're more than welcome to. My Tiltify is actually right there in chat at the moment, which is why I thought of sharing this. I'll share a little promo, a little bit more about the cause after this. And also, if anyone is new and isn't following and who might be interested in coming back for more, if you have any questions for me, anything I can answer that might help you make that decision, please let me know. And if you like what you see, please consider following. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And you'll see a whole bunch of this good stuff. Let's give it one more run, actually, and then we're going to do the promo and move on to the next game. Oh, I totally forgot to read what I was going to read. Sorry, I'll get after this next death. I will read that. All right. So Iron Spire says Nintendo and Blizzard both have the "it's done when it's done" philosophy, and both have scrapped projects that were basically complete because they weren't fun. I do like that. I do appreciate that. I think that's a really good attitude to have because, yeah, sometimes ideas just don't pan out, right? Maybe you revisit in the future. Who knows? And Blaster Master says NES was my first. My earliest 2600 memory was seeing them in Goodwill and finally convincing my grandpa to buy me one. Oh, that's really cool, Blaster Master. That's really cool. Rather Ripe says, I think my earliest memory of the 2600 was playing the game Combat with my brother. It was my first console, and I love Atari because of it. Oh, cool. Hey. That one. Who knows? Maybe we can just fudge the wheel and play a little Combat for you after this. How about we do that? Rather Ripe. In honor of that, how about we do that? I think that sounds fair. Okay, well, let's actually make that one more run here, shall we? All right. Yeah, actually, I also, at one of the retro conventions I went to, played some Atari games and did quite well. I came in, I think, third place or second place. I don't remember. Second or third, but I did pretty well. I think a lot of it is because, it isn't that common to find people this old school in retro. I think a lot of people sort of some people count things like the Xbox as retro. We had an interesting discussion about this probably back in episode or stream 24 or something like that. I mean, it was a long time ago, but we were wondering, like, what do we classify as retro, right? What is retro? Hey, finally! That's all I really wanted to do, and that's the alarm. So that's good stuff. Let's run a promo, shall we? I think that's a great idea. Here we go, a little bit about what I'm doing and why.
Imagine for a moment that you have a young child who has a serious medical condition. Imagine further that you can't afford any care for that child. You probably have to look long and hard to figure out what your options are, but thankfully, there is one option: St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. What I love about this organization is that there's virtually no barrier to treatment. If you have the need, they will find a way. Poverty is not a barrier. Race is not a barrier. Ethnicity, country of origin, creed, religion. All life is sacred. And so, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital aims to save lives each and every day. If you can contribute anything, please consider doing so. Financial support is obviously welcome, but even just researching a little more into what this organization stands for and what it does would be great. Help spread the word. Thank you.
All right. So, again, the game is Combat that we're going to go with here because of Rather Right speaking up there. And this is it, game program, Combat, boom, right there. If you see, actually, there's like these nice little number sections that explains what levels, basically game select that you scroll through to get to these various games. So it begins with Tank, then there's Tank Pong, Invisible Tank, and then Biplane and Jet Fighter. So we'll try all of those and end the stream with this one. That'll be the final game of the stream because I'm a little tired. I woke up feeling pretty kind of sick. I think, just everything in the air and all that. But yeah, so we're going to end it with this. And we're going to go ahead and put the timer. Actually, are we going to put the timer on? No, you know what? We're going to end it with a review of all these So let's just remove the timer altogether from the equation. If I can find it. There it is. Okay, cool. All right. And Iron Spire says, on my Intellivision, I had both Donkey Kong and Beauty and the Beast. Both had a hero climbing towers and jumping over ape-tossed barrels to rescue their girlfriend. That's funny. And Hi says, sorry, I'm so quiet. You do not have to apologize. No problem whatsoever. No problem at all. And let me just take a look at a couple other things here, if I can. Let me, gosh. What was I doing? I was going to do a thing. I was going to look at donations on Tiltify. Cool. Yes, I wanted to look again. $1,143. My goodness, I cannot believe that. Thank you again so much.
Thanks for joining the Friends of Mana.
Iron Spire, thank you so much for joining the Friends of Mana. Thank you for hanging out tonight. It's been awesome. I'll tell you right now, if you are at all interested in anyone here who follows, anyone who's been chatting tonight, I really enjoyed getting to know you. And if any of you would like an invite to our invite-only Discord server, you're more than welcome. If you'd like to hold off for a future stream to see if that's what you'd like to do, that is cool too. Yeah, it's been really fun reminiscing about all these things. The original tank controls, as it were. And I just realized now, I'm playing solo. This is going to be very unfun. Or it will be really fun, because maybe I can actually do it. Look at that. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Can I shoot through here? I can't remember. Nope. Oh, okay. I gotta go over this way. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, I'm glad you've been enjoying it, Iron Spire. Thank you. I do try and keep things chill, though. My personality, I get pretty excited about things, so it's not always super chill, but it's authentic anyways. I love and am passionate about gaming, so, and I'll actually do streams that run the gamut. I've done a lot of streams now. We're at 275, believe it or not, everyone. And of that, if you go to my backloggery, which is on my website, which, by the way, I do need to update a little bit, but that'll give you mostly an accurate look of the games I've played, and it's been a wide variety. But I am working on a setup for my retro games to do a lot more retro games in the future. Now, I may have made a miscalculation. Now, I think...
Thank you for joining the Friends of Mana.
Blaster Master, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Oh my gosh. Rather Ripe says, try some of the other games. Yeah, I probably should do that. Let's do that here. I mean, that's gonna get old quickly, right? I mean, all right, here we go. So this, oh, we just did an early glitch. This is a speed run tactic. There was a speed run glitch strat. Gonna, oh, that was, I'm queuing up the RAM to do a specific glitch strat. Is that what I'm doing? No, it's not what I'm doing. No, keep going, Rather Ripe says. What? What? Oh, yeah. Let's not do that one either. So these are different maps, or arenas, I suppose. I already forgot. Okay, so what is this one? Is this just... Oh, it's Pong. What exactly does that mean? Can I not hit... How does this work? I can't remember. Frankly, I don't know what's going on right now. Alright, so this is like Pong, but not? Okay, it's all good. What's this one? Oh, invisible tanks. There we go. If you had... Oh, and this is also one where you can control your fire after you've already shot. Okay, these are all invisible. Oh, here we go. All right, here we go. This one. is basically a dogfight. Whoa, Nelly. Does this one control just like the tanks? I guess, does it? I'm trying to recall now. How does this work? Okay, I did a thing. I know it's been a while for me too. I do remember playing this. It's more fun with another person. I actually don't remember if there are single player modes. Hey, there we go. We're getting points. The plane dogfight was Ratherripe's favorite back in the day. Okay, cool. Yes, this is fun. This is pretty cool. I don't really know what I'm doing, but it's pretty cool. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Let's get up to a decent level, maybe. Oh my gosh. The controls are interesting, actually. So you kind of do like these stalls, and it's kind of neat. iMarts! Hello, iMarts! iMarts is a fantastic speedrunner and a streamer. Plays a lot of Mario games and speedruns them. Does actually a phenomenal job. Very talented. iMarts actually, I did my first ever speedrun not too long ago, just last Wednesday. And I got a personal best in Super Mario World. So that was pretty cool. But yes, everyone, iMarts3, great streamer, can check him out. I haven't made it to too many of your streams lately. I do apologize, but I do enjoy what you do. Okay, what's this one? Ooh, it's like this is kind of fun. All right. So this one, up and down. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is just up and down, going side to side is the way this works. Much like it, you know, if you were in an airplane, right? So down, you're going to go up. You know, down, or down is up and up is down. Does that make sense, right? So that's what's going on there. Oh, my final time, it was not incredible, but I think it was something like 12. It was 12 something, 12:50 something. So it was under 13 minutes, and you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. So Ironspire says, "Ha! Intellivision had a very similar game called Triple Action. They had tank combat, biplane combat, and car racing." There we go. That's kind of what this is. Oh, iMarts has been dealing with a bunch of IRL stuff. Don't worry about it, iMarts. I totally understand, and yeah, you don't have to apologize. Ooh, what's this week? 2? Oh, it's like, oh, that's kind of fun. Look at all these modes. There's a lot going on in this game. What is this? Whoa! What are we, like in a Boeing 777? What is happening? Hello, everyone. Welcome to, I mean, this is the most ridiculous. We've got an aircraft, an airliner that is apparently taking on a flock of geese, in case you were wondering. Yes, iMarts, it was a glitchless 11 exit run. So we weren't taking advantage of any glitches. We were just doing the 11 exits as you might do, and you know, in your fastest time attempt, and it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Too bad I couldn't get Ms. Mana to verse me on this game, Ratherripe says. I could, but she and Baby Mana are in bed right now, so probably wouldn't be the best. Although just as I said that, I hear Baby Mana crying, so yay. All right, let's try this here. So what is this? This is, oh, this is where things get a little bit speedier. I see, okay. Well, actually, this is kind of like, all right, so unlike, hold on, what are we doing here? So, oh, so this controls differently. Up and down are basically your acceleration. Left and right is moving left and right. So a little different, but still very similar. Oh, Did I do? Oh, is that? Oh yeah, I did that. Go me. Yeah, rather right. Baby Mana. She heard. She heard. Yep. 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 Okay, this is a cool little. This is a cool little take on it. I like it. I like it. Let's go and keep going. Let's see what this one is. This the same thing? Yeah, it is. Okay. We're going through all the different modes. What do we have? What's the... Oh, and this one's just no clouds. Okay. Night, perhaps. I don't know. This is dual. I mean, this is cool, right? Oh, rather right. No problem. No problem. 3. And then with 2 and 2. And then we're back to the basics. So there we go. iMarts wants to know what mic I use. I use an MXL 990. And as a matter of fact, if I do this, I'll show it to you. I'm going to mute myself so you don't hear a lot of noise. So I just have that in a little shock mount, and it's connected to my, or it's on a mic stand, and it's just got a boom arm that goes out right in front of me. It's about, what is that, like, typically I keep about that far away. And by the way, I have it low enough, I don't use a pop filter. A lot of people will get into, oh, I need a pop filter. You usually don't. I have one, but it usually rests behind my mic. In fact, here it is. But I just usually keep it right behind my mic. What I do use it for is if I actually do stuff where I do want to get the gain a little bit hotter, and I'll kind of put this right there. I'll usually have the mic a little bit closer, and I can get really close. And usually keeping about an inch, 2 inches. That's what you want to use a pop filter for, right? But if you do this, that's what you're trying to avoid, right? So hopefully that answers your question. Blaster Master says, if you're streaming on actual hardware, what model Atari are you using? I am using the Woody. Here, you know what? I bet if I do this, so I close that down. If I take this game out, I bet I can get the system. Now, I actually did post a couple of pictures of this setup, slightly, kind of, not quite the full set. I should have taken maybe before I dismantle it, I'll take a picture. But I actually have been, but I posted a couple things on Twitter. But the thing is that I think I can grab this and show it to you. It's on a VCR on my desk. Now let me unplug the controller too. So there's one less thing here that could go wrong. Maybe I will also, do I have enough length? Not sure if I can do this or not. There we go. I know that wasn't a great look, but that does show you the system that I'm using. And there you go. Eventually, I'll be doing I'll be showing or playing retro on in my new setup, which will be downstairs, and I'll actually be able to film and kind of show that more and everything. It's a 4-switch. Yes, 4-switch. Sorry, you're right, Blaster Master. I apologize for not pointing that out. It is a 4-switch. It's got the color black and white, game select, game reset. To be honest, I do need to do a little bit more research on the various versions of the Atari 2600. I don't remember all of them. I would like to pick up an Atari Junior at some point too, the 2600 Junior, I think it's called. Or it might just be called the Atari Junior. I don't remember for sure. But But this one, this is the one that I've had forever. My grandfather bought it, so it's meaningful for me. I like keeping this one around. And iMart says, looks amazing. I got to work on my mic settings. Yours sounds very, very clear and nice. iMarts, I'm happy to help. I run this, to share a little bit more, I run this mic through a Euro rack Behringer mixer. It's a Behringer Euro rack, UB something something. It's behind some cables I can't see for sure, but it's just a smaller analog mixer that I've had for a while for just doing music stuff and whatnot, just for fun. And so I used it, and that plugged directly into the computer. Seems to work well. That being said, my desktop, it worked well because I had a good sound card. My laptop, which I now use because I dual PC stream. If I do a PC game, I'm using the laptop, all that. With this, I actually have a small analog or small USB sound card. It's like two 1/8" jacks for a audio, like a mic and a headphone jack. And it goes into USB. And I use that, and that actually works just fine with this plugged in. That you get a little bit of sound hiss and whatnot, but I mean, you get pretty good quality. There's some stuff I could do better, but yeah. Blaster Master says, it's all good. I started with a Sears Video Arcade 2 and currently have a Heavy Sixer Sears model. Ooh, a Heavy Sixer Sears model. I want to look at that real quick. I'm trying to remember. I know this. I'm somewhat familiar with the Sears models, but Heavy Sixer. Let's take a look. Yes. Okay. I know exactly what one this is. Okay. Yes. So yeah, I have the 4 switch as opposed to the 6 buttons, and I guess now you have, is it the Telegames? No, gotta look at this a bit more. Okay, but you have the difficulty, left and right difficulty A and B switches on the front with the knobs, and I have the difficulty as little. Well, here I'll show you. If I unplug this, we should be able to do this. If you can see this here, I'm not sure if you can. Let me pull this up, take a look. There you go. That's on the back. So those little, right here, this is for the channel, but this one here is the difficulty right there. And it's the same on the other side as well. So that's how mine works. But yeah. But it works. I mean, the system has been around for a while. Still working just great. No problems at all. So, and then the Sears Video Arcade 2. I want to double check that one. Sears Video Arcade 2. Let's take a look. And I don't know which are more valuable. I really don't. This is okay. All right. Yes. No, wait a minute. Oh, I have never seen this one before. How fascinating. Wow. I have never seen this particular model before. It almost looks like an Atari 7800. Interesting. How neat. No, I don't recall that or seeing that before. How cool. I'm gonna, you know what? You're getting me inspired to look a lot more into the Atari 2600. I will be streaming this again, by the way. I would love to do this again because basically I got through what? Maybe a dozen. I don't even think that many games, and I had 24 on the list, so I've got more to go. Blaster Master has owned every model, just got the 1977 Heavy Sixer. Blaster Master, that is really cool. I would love to connect more with you. Do you have Discord? Would you like... Again, would anyone here who does not have my Discord like an invite to it? If you would, let me know. We are going to end the stream. You know what I'm going to do? we're going to maybe one second. Way not what I was trying to do there. Kind of what I was trying to do, but not quite. Yeah, there we go. Just wanted to get a little background music there, just as we wrap up the stream, because it's time to wrap up the stream. Because yeah, we've gone far enough here. Okay, you have Discord. All right, you know what? Let me go ahead and do this. I trust you. I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna do this. We're gonna go ahead and create a 1-day invite link with limited uses. Actually, let's just do it. We're gonna do it 6 hours. Actually, no. You know what? We're gonna do 1 hour. We're gonna make it a little bit more airtight. 1 hour and limited uses. Generate the link. Usually, I do this through whispers, but Twitch has been changing some things, so I'd rather just do it this way. So if you would like to join me, there you go. That is a link to my server there, and you can hop on by and connect over there. It'd be really cool. So that's what that is all about. And today we have had, what a day. I have to say thank you, because we have had Deleuze pop in here, gifting Scooter a subscription and subscribing once again for himself. We've had One Up John, Retro Addicts, and Malkil Ironspire, as well as Blaster Master 31 joining us. Thank you so much for joining the Friends of Mana. Thank you for hopping by. Thanks for talking, and it was a pleasure getting to know you. We also had a lot of hosts. You know, I like to sometimes challenge myself to read out a list of as many hosters as I can. So let's try it. Jamster, Artie, Scooter, Tyrogen, Yodestein, Fuzzy Games, Umbra, Mink, Harem, Knickknacks, Zershade, Masquerade, Delta, Retro Addicts, Rather Ripe, Jam Doggy, Yodestein, KMA's Corner, 3 Trees, 22, Harem, Zizal, Liberty, Bob, Lady Vader, Delta, and many others. Troxa, Galley, Gabe, Dark Solid, Jake. Yes, it hosts all rotate and whatnot. It can be very tricky. We also had some people who contributed to Tiltify, which is huge. Actually, hold on, before I say that, we had some bits cheered today as well. Thank you so much for that. Let me go ahead and take a look back. We had Kalen Gaming, Delta, and Deleuze all gifting some bits. Thank you so much. And a very generous 725 bits from Deleuze. Thank you ever so much. Now, on Tiltify, for Campaign of Mana for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we are now up to $1,143. We had just today, we had Chrono, I'm sure of it, sucked into a wormhole, $10. Deleuze, $21. Might as well round up my contribution to $100 for the children. We had Champion Playa, $5 from Champion Playa and his family. Evil Guy with $20 on the way to $2,000. Thank you so much. I love also Sucked into a Wormhole says, sorry, I'm in another world because of another seemingly random wormhole, but I left this for you. So thank you all so much, and thanks to everyone who's donated. Every single stream we've had, we have not passed by without having at least one donation, and that is incredible. Thank you ever so much for that. So thank you, Evil Guy. Thanks for my pleasure streaming. I love doing this. And what we're going to do is we're going to raid someone from Team Good Vibes. This is the group that I have been connected with. We have actually been streaming. We crushed the $10,000 goal as a group. And now we're actually in the push for 15K. Let me just check, because I wonder if maybe we got there. Let me double check. Where are we currently in our standings? We've crushed it. Oh, we have crushed it. Wow, we've crushed our goal. 15K done. We've raised $15,859.80 as a group. That is incredible. Wow. Hot dog. That is amazing. And St. Jude's, we went past $1 million for the first time ever through Play Live, which is fantastic. Let me look and see what that is up to now. Maybe it's over here. Let me try and find all this stuff here. I think this is, let's take a look. Yeah, $1,299,262 raised for St. Jude Play Live. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I can't believe that. Well, hey, thank you all so much for your contribution. We're going to raid someone from Team Good Vibes who reached out to me to see if I wanted to support this great cause. And of course, I took my time, did my due diligence, but St. Jude's is an excellent organization. I cannot tell you how happy I am to be supporting it with all of your help and just raising awareness and everything. It has been awesome. So let's look for someone to raid, shall we? Let's go ahead and do that. If you don't know how a raid works, simply just join me. We're going to say hello. We should be going to someone who's family friendly, because if they are streaming for St. Jude's, then it should be kept family friendly. But that's not always the case. If they do disconnect from Tiltify, they can not do that. So that is a possibility. But yeah, let's look and see who is streaming right now for Team Good Vibes. We have... Oh, excellent. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Now this should be, again, this should be family friendly. We're going to go to a really cool guy who is actually celebrating being in a new home with a new setup. He's playing a game I have no idea. I don't know anything about this. Oh, it looks like just switching over to golf with friends, so that's cool. But this is not so speed runs. I had a great time hanging out with him. He had to stream from a library for a while because of the way that he didn't have a home, basically. I mean, he didn't have the setup. Things were changing. So we're gonna raid him. Come on in, join me. Just say Mana Splash raid, and if you like it, you can hang around for a while. If not, that's fine too. But we want to just sort of share the love and say hello to people. So raid not so speed runs. This is not a speed runner, just so you know. And as always, do good and be well. I will catch you next time. Bye bye.